The following is a presentation of the Force Center podcast feed.
As Obi-Wan Kenobi once said, hello there, and welcome to Databank Brawl, the podcast where we learn about Star Wars characters, discuss them, share our feelings and memories, and then make those characters fight for our amusement and hopefully yours. I am your host. My name is Joseph Scrimshaw. With me, as always, is Mr. Ken Napzok.
I'm so glad to be here. This is a show that takes me to weird, emotional places.
It really
and I'm
does.
happy to be here. Jennifer Landa is still, out on assignment.
We also have a guest, Mike Black.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you so much for being here, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
So I'll tell you right off the bat, just reveal the truth, that this is a toy-themed episode.
Okay.
So, here is our first combatant. It is Constable Zuvio. Here is what StarWars.com Databank has to say about good old Constable Zuvio. What's an honorable Kyozo like Constable Zuvio doing on a lawless planet like Jakku? The tough, taciturn Zuvio is the leader of Nima Outpost's small militia and keeps a wary yellow eye out for cheats, thieves, and others bent on trouble. He is often found guarding Nima's landing field, glowering at any local who strays too close to a visitor's starship. Ken, is there anything on Wikipedia, or is it just like the shrugging emoji?
There's a lot of stuff that I just don't know where it's from. There's talk of there's a great space robbery. There's an entry here. I'm on the Star Wars wiki. The good, the bad, and the rusty. I don't know what's going on here. His cousins apparently work for him. They're the ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh gosh, let me get back down to it.
Kind of a Dukes of Hazzard kind of thing going on?
Yeah. His Drago and Streen were his cousins, his deputies. 1.6 meters makes him kind of small-ish.
Kind of small. His figure certainly is, right?
Yeah.
He's, I'm seeing a picture of him next to a trooper, and he's about a head shorter.
Ken, do we have a quote from him?
There's a quote. I don't want to do this, easy. No one else has to be hurt. Not me and not you. Drop the blaster. I'm sorry, sir, but I have no other option.
Nice. So, Ken, do you have an emotional feeling towards Constable Zuvio?
I wish I did, because when the figure first started popping up, it looked cool. It's a cool design. It's very Star Wars-like, and he's a constable. We got some law out there in Star Wars land. I liked it.
Now, Mike Black, you are a toy collector.
Yeah.
Do you have a Constable Zuvio?
I do. I got him when he went on sale at Target, and I kind of opened him and threw him in the box.
So, here is his combatant. It is Goss Toowers. Here's what the StarWars.com Databank has to say about Goss Toowers. Goss Toowers, a member of the Shozer species, is one of the hard-working technicians who keep the Resistance base on Dakar running. Tours and his fellow ground crew members handle everything from monitoring the arrival and departure of ships to maintaining the Resistance X-Wing squadrons, often the only line of defense for worlds targeted by the First Order.
Wow.
He pumps the gas into the X-Wings. That's what he does.
I finally found it, looked it up. It's a real thing, people. This character exists. Joseph's not lying. It is 1.7 meters is this Shozerian male's height. Eye color black, skin color pale.
Skin color is pale?
He looks like he's wearing
Not any particular shade of pale, just pale.
But it looks like he's wearing a football helmet from 1922.
Yeah.
He really does. It does look like somebody took the Cloud Car Pilot design and said, how can we make that more lame? Now, unlike Constable Zuvio, I think with great straining, you can actually spot him at work in The Force Awakens.
Yes, that is true.
So you guys feel like you have seen him?
Yeah.
The little guy scuttling around.
Yeah.
Again, this is a hard question. If you have any emotional relationship to him, it's mostly emotional relationship to the toy.
Well, my emotional relationship to the toy was that I didn't like it enough to buy it.
Has he been featured in digital short stories, or is he just...
No, this is nothing more than a resistance Ugnaught.
All right, let's fight. Where does this take place? We have one character who is currently stationed on Jakku, another who's on a resistance base, but his duties do involve flight. Where do we want it to take place?
Well, here's what I think. Zuvio's job, part of his job on Jakku and Nima Outpost, is to kind of guard and monitor the landing zones there.
Right.
So I think at some point with what's going on, and they're going to have to investigate maybe some more things on Jakku. We missed something. So I think there's a small detachment of the resistance going over there. They've landed, and they've said, hey, Gus, we're going to go into town. Watch the ship.
What do we think his voice sounds like? I think he's muttering to himself as he's working, and I think he's saying, this is a fine job, this is a fine job. But what does it sound like?
This is a fine job. I do a fine job. This is good. Got the rust out. All the edges are clean now. There's no space dust, no debris. I'm doing a good job. You can complain, but not about what I'm doing.
And that's when he hears Joseph.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
From Constable Zuvio.
Cleaning the ship, detailing.
I don't recall giving permission to resistance fighters to land here at Nima Outpost.
Yeah, I don't. That's not really my department. I mostly just clean the shit and make sure we have enough fuel.
Landing permit, please.
And I think Gus doesn't have anything. I think he feels bad about this because he likes to follow the rules.
Right.
But I think Constable Zuvio wants him to leave, to get in the fighter and take off, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, can Goss Toowers fly?
Theoretically. I think he's seen it done and thinks he could do it.
He understands the concept.
Yeah.
I think he gets in the ship. He tries to take off. It sputters. He gets it up. Constable Zuvio is walking away, and I think the nose of the X-Wing whacks Constable Zuvio and sends his turtle helmet spinning on his head.
One of those things that looks like it was done on purpose.
Yeah. And I think that makes Constable Zuvio very angry. Yeah. What do you think he says? And what does he do, Ken?
I think he radios to, I'm going to look up his cousin's names.
Shank and Bomb.
Drago and Streen. I've been hit. Red alert. And then he stands up, and I think he immediately takes out his blaster. He starts firing at the ship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
What does Gus say to himself?
I told him that was the thing. It's not my... I'm going to shoot him. Keep in mind, he's turned the other way, so
He's not good at operating
He has
things.
to turn it back and kind of dips it a little bit and crashes it.
There's nowhere to really hide.
No, it's
they're
right
on a
over.
landing strip.
And also, while Toowers steps out of the X-Wing, he presses the proton torpedo button and just randomly launches a proton torpedo towards Nima Outpost and takes out the new business of Unkar Plat. That's my business!
All my portions.
Right in my business!
Constable turns to see what the hell is that about, and I think Gus has a little savvy. I think he actually stays in the cockpit and uses it for cover.
Yeah.
And I think he's lining up his shots, and he's not a great shot, but they're getting pretty close. There's exploding in the sand all over
Zuvio's
Constable
doing
Zuvio.
some dancing.
I think we realize that his hat is not just a dumb hat. He can throw it. I think he throws the hat, and I think it actually does whack Goss Toowers.
Yeah.
And I think when he stands up, he accidentally hits the emergency eject. So I think Constable Zuvio knows where this is going to land, so I think he goes running after it.
And I think he lands, and I think Zuvio realizes I could instantly behead this guy with my knife, gun, staff, laser.
Yeah.
Or I could read him his rights, bring him into holding, have everyone in town see me bring him into holding,
Right.
and have a story to tell for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because it's the only time I'll have an opportunity like this.
It's a nice cinematic moment where Constable Zuvio can pick up his hat, put it back on, adjust it, and the long shadow of the law is actually cast over Goss Toowers.
Yeah.
And what does Goss Toowers say in that moment, Mike?
I guess I give up. I didn't do nothing wrong, but I give up. I guess this sucks.
So Constable Zuvio certainly wins. What happens when they get back to the little holding cell? Do you have thoughts, Ken?
I think he tosses Goss Toowers into the holding cell, slams it shut.
Yeah.
And everyone from Nemo Outpost is out and gathered and watching. And there's a round of applause.
Just like, this is a being with purpose. And here
did his
today,
job.
he got to fulfill it.
So this is a moment for everyone.
Yeah. I think it's a rare moment where there's not as much shame. And I think he maybe... I think he kicks back. I think he opens up some sort of a little bottle of some sort of alcohol. He's off for the day. He gives a drink to Goss Toowers as well. I get you didn't mean to do anything. I get you're with the Resistance.
Yeah.
I understand. And don't worry, when your pilots come back, I'll let you go. So I think he compliments him. He cheers him. He offers him a drink. And to close out our narrative, Mike, what does Goss Toowers say after being offered this compliment in this drink?
Goss Toowers kind of chuckles to himself and lets the constable continue basking in the glow of what has just happened. Because what Gus knows that nobody else knows is that his species, he's a natural burrower. And later that night, he'll be escaping and going right back to his ship and fixing it up.
And when the Resistance fighters come back, the X-Wing looks beautiful.
Exactly.
Looks beautiful.
So he loses the combat, but he wins the day.
He wins the day.
That is awesome.
That's perfect. There's a little weird moment, though.
Oh, yeah?
At one point, one of the Resistance fighters does kind of come into town and says there seems to be some kind of problem, and everyone says you need to go see Constable Zuvio. So the Resistance fighter walks in and says, hi, I'm looking for Constable Zuvio. And Zuvio says, well, that's me. And the Resistance fighter says, sorry, I've never seen you before. But Gus is gone. It's all over.
That is great. Thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, as Luke Skywalker once said, well, no one was really listening to him. I care. That's it for Databank Brawl.